Yeah, be caffeine and watching Hot Facts with Robert Reese.
This
Yes,
is Dr.
right.
Candy Crest, and you're watching Hot Facts with Robert Reese.
This is Poo from Moreno Valley, and you're watching Hot Facts with Robert Reese.
Yo, what's good, everybody? Man, I wear hot facts, man, with my boy Robert Reed, man. It's past the dark, man. Y'all stay tuned, man. Get them facts.
Hey, this is KG Sports, and you're watching Hot Facts with Robert Reese.
Hey, yo. Hey, Hot Facts with Robert Reese, man. This your boy Dash Bandicoot tapping in with you, brother. Hey, I'm right here on a break in my dash right now, getting busy, but I figured I'd tap in before I eat some grub real quick. But yo, man, I like your channel, like what you're talking about. You know what I'm saying? I feel like we share some of the same ideas as far as like how to navigate this gig market. So just tapping in, showing love, man. I seen your comment. Finally got a chance to hit you, bro. Whenever you get a chance back, man, just holler, man, for sure, man. Love, bro. Be safe.
Oh yes, oh yes, I will be safe. I will be safe. Good looking out right there, Dash Bandicoot. Happy Hump Day, everyone. Happy Hump Day. It is Wednesday, people. It is the middle of the week. It is Hump Day because we got to go ahead and get over that hump. We are almost there, almost there. But Hump Day can be a drag for some people, but for the most of us who are doing gig work and doing deliveries, Wednesdays, those are pretty well, to me personally, Wednesdays are pretty good days. Simply because, at least in my area, we have all of the major warehouses around the United States, like the businesses, all of the warehouses are right here, Moreno Valley, Riverside, and Paris, all of them. So when they work, like Amazon and all the warehouses here, they have it where it's 4 10-hour shifts, and then they get the days off. And a lot of these people, how they get paid, and some of through the warehouses, they get paid on Wednesdays. So in my area, Wednesdays are pretty good nights. So in some areas, it may not be like that, but at least in my area, Wednesdays are pretty good. So hopefully everyone today will have a great Wednesday, because I am going to make sure I at least put in the effort and the attempt to go ahead and make that happen So the Get Upside app, I keep saying Get Upside. Oh, well, it's going to be like that until it gets out of my brain. The Upside app is tripping. I have like it's either 6 or 7. It's either 6 or 7 of my purchases. It's either 6 or 7 of my purchases that are still pending. So I got to be able to get those down. So I don't know what my total is. It could be like $67. It could be like $65. I have no idea what it is. So the Upside, they better get it together. And well, actually, it's not the Upside. I'm going to a new gas station because as of right now, it has the higher cash back. It has the higher cash back, so I'm going to that one, and I'm guessing it's taking longer at the Valero, because whenever I do it at the other gas stations, it just boom, within the next day. It is all the way there. Look at those two doggies. Look at those two doggies. Here, mamas. You want to get on there? This one right here is Princess, and the one that knocked down my light, that is Lovely. Princess and Lovely. And they are hyper because Ava just got back. Okay, you guys gotta go. You guys gotta go. You guys gotta go. You guys gotta go. Okay, you guys have got to go. But those are my pugs. That's Princess and Lovely. My daughter did name those. Oh, and I did say you knocked down my light. You doggy, here. Move it. You're not coming back up here. You knocked down my light. Are you serious? You knocked down my light. Can you not do that again? Can you not do that again? You knocked down my light. Well, I got it back up. Dogs and going live. Man, I was wondering when that was going to happen to me, because whenever I watch the news and I watch the bloopers, I'm like, ooh, how'd that happen? Man, but it just happened to me. That stuff just happens out of nowhere. Princess and Lovely. Go figure. Go figure. But we do have some great news. And going into what today's news is, we're going to go and get into some comments in just a little bit. But today's news, we're going to get into, there's a few things that happen, and there's more areas that are giving people the hourly with it. So Pedro did a video yesterday, and as you guys see, more and more of these places are going to this hourly thing, and the drivers do not know how to attack it when it's coming in. It's a great thing that I am putting the footage out there that they can kind of get an understanding on how they can kind of do it in their area. So he did a it's like a, if you're doing like a pre-NFL draft, it's called a mock draft. So what he did was he went and did his order, and he took an all right order. He said the order was like, he said the base pay would have been $2.25. So when he actually went and did the order, he did the calculations for the $14 an hour and for the time him being there, and it came out that it was $5 or something dollars more than what it would have been if it was just regular. So, you know, he said if it was there, he would do it to do the experiment, but that was a mock trial of it. But at the order that he did it for, he picked the order, and the driver would have came out making more at that time for going and picking up that same medium-sized order. And that's what I've been trying to let people know, that when you're going to be doing these orders, hey, you cannot fight right here. You cannot fight right here. No fighting. No fighting. You cannot fight. Where'd you guys get energy from? No fighting. No fighting. Okay? No fighting. No fighting. Yes. No. Yes. Yes. That's what you do. You go right there and you sit down. Thank you. Thank you very much. That's what you do. Now, what it showed was, and look at her go right back. Now, hey, I think one of you guys are starting to go in heat again, and you just want to show dominance. So you're going to sit with me like I was Inspector Gadget. He had a cat. I'm just going to have a pug, okay? I'm just going to have a pug. Now, what it did show was that medium-sized order, the order that a driver just would have just got that on, the pickup was, you know, the regular pickup time and everything, and they would have got paid more. And you know, that's what the main thing is. And he also made some valid points that I have been saying also, that there's a lot of food that restaurants are throwing away because drivers are not going to pick up the orders. And like I have been saying, and what he kind of realized in his video yesterday, that needs to stop, and it can stop. Now, if he did not go and do that, maybe that order would have just been waiting. You know what I mean? But he did take the order, and it, like, surprisingly or not, the order was done in the right amount of time. Now, what this is doing for drivers, it's not saying that, you know, just go pick up every single order. No, what it's saying is that a lot of the times when you are guessing wrong on some of the orders, it's actually right. And these orders could have been going out there, and you could have been making some more money. So now what it is, they're going to make sure that those orders are going out there for anyone that's been sitting on the fence. If they've been sitting on the fence, they're going to go ahead and take that order, and that's going to speed up a process. And then, like I have been saying this whole time, and what he went ahead and seconded yesterday, more restaurants are going to actually not be wasting money by throwing away food. They can actually keep that in, and they can actually better themselves. I'm going to do it today a little bit different. I'm going to go straight into the news, because the news goes right into this, because Nugs did a video yesterday, a 5-minute video, and it was an experiment, and he wanted to see who was going to pick up a $2.25 order. So he was saying, I hope no one does it. We'll see what clown is going to come and get it. And so what happened was, I'm going to show you guys right now. I'm going to show you that one ahead of the other ones because I think that's the best news right there. I'm going to show this one first so we can watch it because it's perfect because it's going from his mentality of the order and how it's coming, and then you're going to be able to see how it's kind of going to be like a reaction video. You're going to see how this order, how I'm going to break this order down on how the person who took the order broke it down before they took the order. So it's a great video to get the best of both sides. And you know, I don't know if he was doing it purposely, but it's a really great video because it allows me to actually break down an actual order that I did not do, that no one else did, and we can actually see and break down and learn from this delivery right here. Everyone can learn from this delivery. It's an actually great video. It's a great video. It's a great teaching video. He doesn't even know that what he did. This 21-year-old kid. The 21-year-old kid made a teaching video that I'm going to be able to break down because I believe breaking this down is going to be able to help everyone out on both sides. Okay, I'm going to break this video down right now.
He's taking every order.
Let me go push pause. Now, doggy, here, you sit right here. You lay right here. You lay right here. You lay right there. I don't want any more fighting. Okay, so I'm going to break this video down. And this is a really good video. Like, he did it on accident, but if he didn't do it on accident, he's a genius for it because someone like me was gonna grab a hold of it, and everyone we're gonna learn from this video. Now, before the video starts, this person accepted a $2.25 order. Okay. And we're going to see exactly what happened with all the elements involved with this order on Nugs' experiment. And I'm going to put it so I am right here so we can see more of this, okay? Let's go ahead and get right into it. Oops, wrong button.
These taking every order videos that have blown up on YouTube, it does pose a few important questions now. A, does this encourage other drivers to do the same? And B, are there people that are really willing to deliver an order with no upfront tip? Well, that's what we're gonna figure out today. I'm going to place an order for delivery, and I'm gonna order some time-sensitive items, you know, some stuff that honestly would just be horrible if it sat around for a while, like maybe some French fries or even some ice cream, just something that would be really gross, right? And we're gonna see how long we would wait if we left a $0 tip in the app. Is there going to be a literal clown that shows up and delivers my food? Ah, fuck. Now, before you cancel me, I'm going to give him a $20 cash tip. Before you cancel. And I live like literally 1 mile from McDonald's. So this is pure.
I want everyone to pay attention here, all right? He said ahead of time, right? Ahead of time, he has a $20 tip. The person does not know this at all, okay? A $20 tip, okay? For those of you who did not just hear that, $20 tip, okay? And he lives less than 1 mile away from the restaurant. He lives less than 1 mile away, okay? Less than 1 mile away.
Before you cancel. And I live like literally 1 mile from McDonald's. So this is purely just for entertainment, as I don't know if people actually take these orders or what happens. My order might just get canceled and I may never give anybody a chance to get that $20 cash tip. Go on any review site and look at DoorDash customer reviews, and most of them, a lot of them are super negative. They literally have like a 1-star review, average of thousands of people, and a lot of them say either A, their order gets canceled, or they get extremely cold food. This could be the result of a slow restaurant, or a restaurant just not having the order at all, or this could be a result of the pay for the order not making sense for drivers to take, and so nobody ends up doing it, which is because of no tips. So without further ado, let's place the order. But first, shout out to Current for sponsoring today's video. Current is the future of banking entirely from your debit card and your phone as well. We are actually going to be ordering our DoorDash with our Current card. with fee-free overdraft for up to $200 and getting your paycheck 2 days faster with direct deposit and no minimum balance required. This is staying in my wallet. Current just launched a brand new feature called Interest with a 4% APY or annual percentage yield, which is just absolutely insane. That's 60 times the national average. That is an absolutely huge yearly return considering all you have to do is just put your money on the Current card. Best of all, Current is helping me give $100. I said I'm gonna give this guy cash if he shows up. Oh, I feel like such an asshole. Let's go ahead and place the order to see when it arrives, if it arrives at all. Something that will arrive, most definitely, is your Current card, however, when you sign up and you use code NUGS. That's right, sign up with my name, NUGS, so you don't miss out on the 4% APY and the other awesome perks. Thanks again to Current for sponsoring today's video. Well, guys, about 8 minutes later, 8 minutes later, we got a Dasher. There's no way it's more than $2.25. There's no way. I was kind of hoping that it would get canceled. I was hoping to see that you guys are better than this. That's right.
No, he said he was hoping to see that it got canceled, that I was hoping to see that you guys are better than this, okay? I'm hoping to see that you guys are better than this, okay? Now, everything that I said that can happen when you take these orders is about to happen, okay? Now, people, he has a $20 cash tip that no one knows about except for him, right? Okay, that's the gamble that I said if you understand how certain things break down, okay? The order is $2.25, okay? It's a $2.25 order. He wanted someone to cancel, but now he's going to see what type of person, but I'm going to break down what type of person that this is. So this is a great learning lesson here. What happened to you, Nugs?
Some Dasher took this order in 8 minutes, faster than other times where I've tipped $10 up front. This order got taken immediately. What the hell? She should at least eat my fries or something. I'm just in a lot.
Now check this out. For taking the order, he said she should at least eat my fries or something. That's the mentality that people have when they just look at the dollar amount. They think something just terrible, bad's gonna happen. You see, there's a lot of drivers who actually act on that. But let's keep going.
Lost for words, what? We got our Dasher, Melissa. Yes, the order's only about a half mile, but I don't know anybody in their right mind that would still take a $2.25 for half a mile.
Now, I don't know about you guys, but if you guys are actually breaking down the number, doing a half mile for $2.25, the numbers are all the way in your favor. And if the pickup is just going quick, but we'll just keep watching. We'll just keep watching. There's more to it.
Apparently, Melissa. Now, a few things to know. I found out that it was the same exact price to order a small fry and a plain sundae as it was to add a Happy Meal since a small order fee exists. I don't understand the small order fee, but whatever. So, of course, I added a Happy Meal for free because, you know, I wanted that Sonic toy. That looked kind of nice. When the driver arrived, I gave her her money and I asked her what the full payout for her order was. Her app then crashed and we waited in silence for 2 minutes.
I don't know what driver would just go and show you how much they're getting paid, but hey, it got the video done. More power to them.
Thanks, DoorDash, making the situation awkward as hell, but then she told me it was $3.25. It was
okay, so it's a $3.25 order for 0.5 miles, right?
raining out, and I'm pretty sure.
Okay, yeah. Now listen, you guys got to listen to these key things here. Okay, listen to these key things here. It's going to break this down. Watch this.
Hell, but then she told me it was $3.25. It was raining out, and I'm pretty sure there was $1 peak pay. As she accepted the order so quickly after I placed it, I doubt there was any time for anybody else to decline it. No disrespect to this woman at all, but why would you take a $3 order in the rain with $1 peak pay and it's from McDonald's? What? Worst part of all was they didn't even have the Sonic toy advertised in the kids' meal.
All right, now let me answer his question for the person that did take the order. I'm going to answer that, okay? Now, I'm going to put myself on a bigger screen so I can answer this. All right, so I'm going to answer this. He said, why would someone take a $3.25 order in the rain from McDonald's? Now, this other stuff is miscellaneous. not getting the Sonic as advertised, and you're going to see that the right toy was not in there. I'm going to get into that also, and there's something else that happened with the driver that the driver did not correct. This whole video is full of teaching right here. Okay, so he said, why would someone take a $3.25 order in the rain? Let me break that down. Okay, for people that have been driving for a long time, when it's raining outside, when it's snowing outside, if there's any type of road closure to where they have to order and a driver is going to come so they don't have to go themselves, that means that that person typically is going to tip. Okay, so it's raining. You don't want to go. Someone is going to pay more because it's raining. You had a $20 cash tip. You didn't even realize that what you were doing was exactly what the person who took the order was trying to get out of the whole deal. It's raining. This person wants this order. Now this driver, now he said, why would they pick it up from McDonald's? Okay, the driver knows, dang, maybe McDonald's is not that busy right now. I pick up in this area all the time. It's not that busy. I'm gonna go go on the inside, and chances are the order might be ready. Went inside, got his order that quick, and brought it and dropped it off. He never said the order was late. The order was on time or ahead of time. The driver only went, he said, less than 1 mile, 0.5 miles for $3.25. That same $3.25 that I have said I can turn a $3 order into a $20 order, that $3.25 order now just went to $23.20 for going less than half a mile, because that person did good service to get to the spot to where they knew they can get it. It's way less than a mile. I'm getting paid that, and because it's raining, the person is probably going to tip. That is the mentality of the person who thinks like me. And Nugs' mentality was someone that says no tip, no trip. I'm not going to go and do that order. But that's what I was saying. If you don't know, and if you have never had the experience to know that that can happen, it will never happen. That driver knew that that was going to happen. It's raining also. You're going to tip more. You're going to give extra in the rain. Now watch what happened after this. So this is a great teaching lesson right here. Great. Now watch the rest of this here, okay? Watch the rest of this.
Oh, is that a Sonic toy? What the hell? That's not Sonic!
It's not Sonic. It's fucking Scooby-Doo.
I didn't want Scooby-Doo!
Class action lawsuit incoming. They have Scooby-Doo, but I didn't want Scooby-Doo. We actually thought we got the wrong order, but they just put the wrong sticker on the bag, no big deal. I didn't even...
All right, he said they did not have the toy. They got a Scooby-Doo toy, right? So here's what most, now here's how this order would break down when a customer gets involved in this order, right? The customer would see that they did not get the Scooby-Doo, and they're going to take away that tip or do something, give the driver a bad thumbs down, because what if they actually had a kid for that for that toy, right? Boom. The customer would blame the driver in that spot, right? Now here's where the driver, it actually would have been the driver's fault, because what the driver did made no sense. Now Nugs just said that. Now we thought it was the wrong order because it was the wrong order was placed on the wrong bag. So they got someone else's receipt stapled or stickered onto their bag. Okay, now here's where the driver would actually be like, oh man, like it will go back on the driver now. Okay, so now it's switched from that to the customer getting mad to throw it back on the driver, and here's where it sticks on the driver right now. The driver is supposed to look at the bag, look at the package, because he's a courier and it's his business. Now it's in the driver's hands. He's supposed to look at the package and see, and then let them know, hey, are you sure this is my order? This number says this one. You show them that. That'll make the restaurant be like, oh, let me check. They'll open it up and go through it. Oh, no, it's the wrong one. And they'll go back and check. The driver did not do that at all, because he was just thinking, I'm just going to go ahead and just pick this little cheap order up. It's a cheap order. I'm not driving far. It's 0.5 miles. It's in the rain. I'm probably going to get a tip. Let me just go ahead and get it and pick it up. They did everything right except check the order. They did everything right except check the package, okay? They did not check the package. Now, if that would have been, if Nugs' reaction would have been, man, they gave me the wrong food or anything else like that. That all the way sticks with the driver, but he is doing this on an experiment. So, the driver didn't get hit for that, for them just delivering something that could have been completely wrong. The driver is wrong there. Okay. The customer voiced themselves, they would have voiced themselves about the toy and the wrong food could have all been bad. Okay. Could have all been bad, but the driver's still in the rain. The rain was the deciding factor and the less than the mile. That was the deciding factor. That was the deciding factor, okay, on taking the order. Now check this out. Now, what if you are in a place like California, Massachusetts, or Washington, New York? What if you're in a place like this where now, okay, and this is where Pedro's experiment would go into this now too, okay? Now you're getting paid the $14 an hour, right? Okay, let's say that order took the 20 minutes there, okay? You're gonna take that $3.25, okay, add on $5. That's $8.25 now, okay? That's $8.25 plus a $20 tip because it was in the rain. That's $28 that person just made on that order and got it done in no time. And now on to the next. Now, if a trash order comes in after that, you know what I mean? If a trash order comes in after that, you may not want to take that order. But I do know that with DoorDash, what they are doing is if you do not take, it's a certain amount of orders you have to accept. I went over this in the past for you to be able to keep that in your zone. And they're doing this in Memphis also. Okay, so yes, it is going to make drivers pick up more orders because the drivers that were sitting on the fence, they are going to pick up the orders, okay? And they are going to be the ones that are going to be benefiting on all the extra cash that is out there. Now, he did make another point that I said also, that it's going to become like we are employees. And right now is the time to make all the money. Once they put all these things in for the hourly going into your area, that's just it going in. That's just a phase. This phase is not controlled yet. You're going to be able to make a whole lot of money before they take control and limit that money right there. That's why I'm trying to tell people that, look, I'm showing you guys, California first. I'm showing you guys. This is like the precursor. This is like someone letting you know that that there's going to be a big flood coming because he knows how the dam is going to break. And he's trying to tell everyone. And everyone is like, no. But as you see, little spots, it's happening how it is here. So I'm trying to let you people see how I operate and how I'm doing this on this level. It's letting you see on how you can actually use it in your market where you are. Now it just becomes however your market is, what you take, what you don't take. The beauty of us in California is, I wouldn't say California. California, but on Uber Eats at least, if I don't take 2 orders in an hour, nothing's gonna happen to me. Nothing's gonna happen. My acceptance rate is in the 90s. So if I don't take 2 orders in an hour, 3 orders in an hour, nothing happens. It allows me to actually be more selective if I need to be. I keep that rating higher. So when I really need to be selective, if I'm trying to do my thing, I can actually do it and not take that hit and get bumped off of whatever else it is that they say. So that's why. But I'm showing you guys, and I'm showing the people out there that, look, how when you see me take these orders, and I'm telling you, the order it's right there. I know it's going to be quick, and I'm only going 1 mile. Now with these zone restrictions that you can set for yourselves, like in New York, when you have these zone restrictions for you now, those short orders, that would actually like you can get them in and out and be done quicker, they're going to be no problem for you now, because now you can actually set your distance in your zone. They're doing it like this, and they're letting certain drivers who have the right to, so they can actually get a good study and see how it can work. So right now, people, there's more and more and more states that are doing this. Now, while your state is now getting this, it will be the perfect time to tune in to my videos so you can actually see, well, how am I going to just start? How am I just going to make this change so quick? Watch my channel. Watch the videos. You'll see exactly how you'll have to adapt. There's a lot of places that were not in my radar at first, because I would let them go, just let them fly on by. But, you know, once you go into a place and you actually like, oh, this place, I thought this place was slow. This place is fast. Once you actually get into that and you actually start to, you know, do your live case studies, like, you're all right. But I'm giving you guys a little glimpse. I'm giving you guys a little glimpse of everything else, you know, out there that can come with how these rule changes, they are coming. I want to give a shout out there to Gemini Jim. I actually she subscribed this morning by way of Kim Side Money Plans. Get your hustle loan. Subscribe by way of that, and I'm going to get into her gig because I was very impressed on what I saw today, and I'm going to see if I can actually pull you on camera. Here, you said hi, Robert, and chat. Okay. Hey, everyone there. If I can pull you on camera, and I'll let you know. The link is up there, but I'll let you know. Let me go ahead and get back to this video here. But that was pretty
Want the food, honestly. I was putting my faith in Dashers that the order would never even get fulfilled and it would just end up getting canceled or something, and I wasn't even expecting my food to come. But if it did come, I was expecting the Dasher to show up with the camera, and it was all for a YouTube video, or maybe it was a John Quinones with What Would You Do featuring shitty DoorDash customers. I don't know. She had no idea I was going to tip in cash. No idea. There's no way. And again, I'm by no means bashing on her, but more so bringing awareness to the fact that tipping really...
Now, he said, no way did she know. No way did she know. But did you see all the elements? Rain. Rain is weather that people don't want to drive in. People tip more. So you can't say that no way she knew I had 20 bucks. No, she didn't know you had 20 bucks, but she knew that you had something that was going to be more than what she was getting. So you can't say no way, because it is a yes way. It is a yes way. That is a yes way. Yes, that did happen. Now, he says, people who don't tip won't change. Now, that's another thing that is wrong right there. People who don't tip won't change. Yes, there's some people who are just, I just don't. That's a percentage. Yes, those people will not tip. But there are some people that will tip once they've gotten a service that they have never gotten before. And if they are around a bunch of people who are tipping someone that's doing that exact same great service, and that great service is something like they have never had, that person will start tipping, because birds of a feather flock together, especially once they realize what good service is.
Really does not matter as much as we think. People who don't tip in America can't say that they don't know better, and it's just a rude thing to do to stiff your driver or your waitress or anybody, but the reality is they don't actually have to. Regardless if the...
Now, did you hear what he said? Don't stiff your driver or your waiter. Right, we get that, but don't expect them to just throw a whole bunch of money at you just because you're doing your thing. Now, what your service can do, your service can get all that extra money thrown in at you, okay? That's what it can do. See, there's a step, and then there's a next step. You got to do the step and then do the next step. Why do you just want to be on the step and complain about the step that someone else has? No, get to that next step and go get them duckies, man. Go get that bread.
Pay is $3.25 or $10.25. Somebody will be there in a heartbeat to deliver it regardless of the pay.
So, if you notice there, he was shocked that someone picked it up. He didn't know why someone picked it up, so I broke down why someone would pick it up, and everything that I said happened. Okay, now, people, I let you all know that whenever it's going to be different types of weather out there, I say there's a lot of money to be made out there. People, there's a lot of money to be made because people will go ahead and give extra. He made it seem like no one will, he didn't make it seem, what it was is no regular driver, now there's a percentage, no regular driver wants to really do that, but there is a percentage of drivers out there who actually think of all of those elements before they actually take an order. And if you go into all of those elements before you take an order, all of those elements are things that are not there. Those are what we call in sports the intangibles. Okay, those are the intangibles. You have to get those. All of those things will create for success. The intangibles. Okay, you need those. You really need those. And by everything aligning up, like Captain Planet was gonna come. You know, you got the earth, the moon, the wind, the water, the heart, all those things align, and Captain Planet came. That's what happened. The rain came, and the fire and desire to go ahead and knock this out, boom, 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 all that stuff came. And the love to actually go out there and do it in the rain, all that came. And when it came to getting to the end of the rainbow, okay, he broke bread. Now check this out. I don't know what driver, if someone asked me how much did you just get paid from you delivering to me, I don't know why that driver did that, but that driver actually did that. I don't know if he actually said, hey, I'm doing a video on YouTube and I'm just trying to figure out how much it was paid. I'm a driver, and he probably spilled some game like that because no one is just going to tell you how much they got paid for dropping it off. But this was a great video because it showed a no tip, no trip mentality placed in the order. And he actually was narrating and giving the thoughts on going through his head. So that was perfect that he was actually going through all of that and letting us actually hear what was going through his head. Now, the driver had no one going through the driver's head, but coincidentally, what the driver did is something that I do. So I am actually able to watch the video and break down what the driver was thinking from the driver's side. So that made it go perfect. Now, what happened, with the order on the right toy and the wrong sticker on the bag, that went into a segment. Now we can fully teach from the customer to the driver and how it all should have went in a complete circle. That is a great video, Nugs. That's a great video. I love videos like that we can all learn from. Okay, I love videos like that. I love videos like that. Now we're gonna get into some news. Okay, we got some news, and that was the last. The last thing on my news. I just got into that first. But we're going to get into some news right now, into the rest of the news. And we got some good news for us. Let me go ahead and pull this up right here. And I put up a video from what just happened earlier, and the customer was very impressed with the service and everything and said it on camera. I like stuff like that. And in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Oh, it's going to do a long, 1.5. Okay, here we go. All right, so I'm gonna explain what this one is here. So there is a pickup truck, looks like a Tacoma. This pickup truck was driving, and somehow that large 18-wheeler right there just hopped out of nowhere, and they rear-ended the 18-wheeler. One passenger was escorted to to the hospital the regular way, and the other person was helicopter transported to the hospital. I don't know how they did not see this giant 18-wheeler, but they rear-ended it. And that is nuts. Look at that. Now, I'm not the smartest man. I am not the smartest man. Look at that. How do you miss that? Look, the bed of the 18-wheeler is open. Like they were doing work. It's a pallet or something on the floor. How do you miss that? How do you miss that? That's a Snickers commercial. Want to get away? All right, now check this out. These two people here, Michael Lee and it's Johanna Isabella. Okay, now they're about to launch this thing called it's called Me Mealtime. Okay, they think they have fixed the solution from Uber Eats, DoorDash, Grubhub. They think they have fixed the whole solution. They think they fixed how drivers should be getting paid. Okay, they figured out they figured out how much, I guess they figured out how much drivers should be getting paid, distance to the restaurants, everything to make it right for the drivers. They're open from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. That's when they're open for, and I'm going to let you know they're going to be in the I forgot, is it Ann Arbor? The Ann Arbor, yeah. They're going to be in Michigan. So they're going to be in the Ann Arbor area. And right now, I think they have launched or on their launch that's coming up. And I think they're launching at the end of May or in June. They have, I think it's in between 35 to 60 merchants that they have. They Chick-fil-A. They have Chick-fil-A and McDonald's and a few big chains. And then they have a lot of the small mom and pop places on there also. And they said that they're going to be paying the drivers based on, like they all say, the distance. And they didn't really get into, everything else, how many drivers they're going to have drivers. I don't know if they're going to try to outsource some of their drivers, like Caviar and like other places are owned by larger companies. I don't know if they're going to do anything like that, but I do know for starting off, they're going to have to be very, very competitive, or no one else is going to want to deliver for them. They're going to have to be very competitive and get all their mileage down. So they're getting ready to do this launch. If you are in the Ann Arbor area, if you are in Michigan, Detroit, if you are in Michigan, the Ann Arbor area, you need to go ahead and check up My Mealtime. Go check that out because it could be another gig that you can add in right now. Get signed up ahead of time. So when it drops, you know how when something first drops, you make all the money on the app. It'll be, let's say DoorDash or some of the other apps are oversaturated and you want to just take a step off, and you'll be able to see that, oh man, no one's doing these orders. So if no one's doing them and you got that app turned on, you're definitely going to make extra money because no one else is going to be doing that. So Michigan, Ann Arbor area, My Mealtime, okay? My Mealtime. You guys have a new one that is coming right there. They're opening up at the end of this month, but June for sure, they will be in full swing open for the first, I think it's 35 to 60 merchants. You'll be able to order directly through the restaurant itself, through their site and through however they go online and however else they have it set up. So that is a new food delivery app, and they say they have solved the problem. Now they are in a huge magazine and TV article, and they are full out. Now they said they got a lot of their ideas because they were drivers and they worked in restaurants, and they think that they've put together the right solution to make it better for drivers and merchants alike, all at one time. But we shall see how that turns out. But just like everyone else that starts a business and they are looking to get on their way, I do congratulate them for getting to where they are, and much power to them. Hopefully they have put a little hole in many of those holes that they have in this Swiss cheese. We got to go ahead and seal it up. Okay, we got to go ahead and seal it up.
Spectrum presents useful tips for your useless dish.
All right, Kevin and Kirkpatricks, let's practice.
Hey, fellas, check out my new drum set.
Okay. Now, this next one here,
Switch to Spectrum.
40% of food produced in the United
okay, this is Grubhub news, okay? This is Grubhub news in the NYC area, people, in the NYC area, okay? May 17th, okay? May 17th, okay? We got this. We got on through Thursday, May 17th, between 11 a.m. and 2 p.m., okay? They will, people will be able to earn, okay? They will be able to earn $15 off qualifying orders. So it does say that in the article that some people, if they order a meal and it's, $15, if it's less than $15, they are going to be getting that meal for free. Okay, so drivers, you will be dropping off some free food. I know Grubhub did say that they're going to be dishing out and there's more incentives for the drivers. So you still will be compensated, but check this out.
United States is thrown away every year. This is a tremendous waste of energy, labor, and resources. While there are many complex systems that contribute to food waste, here are 5 simple ways you can reduce your own food waste, cut down on grocery spending, and cook more conscientiously. 1. Store food effectively. Leafy greens that wilt stay fresher when kept in high humidity drawers in the fridge. Meanwhile, fruits that might rot are best kept in low humidity drawers. While ripening, bananas, apples, and stone fruits emit ethylene gas, which causes some fruits to spoil faster, so it's best to keep these items separated. 2. Pickle and preserve. People have turned to pickles and jams as ways of preserving produce for hundreds of years across cultures. Getting creative with how you utilize vinegar and mason jars can help you ensure you use up all your produce before they go bad. 3. Kitchen cleanliness. People frequently overpurchase at the grocery store, even when they have enough ingredients at home. Maintaining a tidy kitchen can help you easily assess what you already have and what you actually need. 4. Understand expiration dates. With the exception of infant formula, there is no federal regulation for product dating. Manufacturers' sell by and use by guidelines are often confusing for consumers, but research shows that food not exhibiting signs of spoilage purchased on the best if used by dates are still safe to consume. 5. Use everything. There are many ways of resourceful cooking with food scraps that are delicious. You can use vegetable skins in soup broths, blend extra greens into smoothies, and roast seeds for a healthy salad topping. Through these 5 tips, you can ensure that you will spend less on groceries, create new delicious meals, and have resounding impacts on the food industry and the environment at large.
Now, those were some pretty good tips for you guys that grocery shop and you have to go look at products. Hopefully that did throw a little bit of something inside your head there. Take a look at that stuff. But as you see from that short I threw up like last week, I said, how do you remix your turkey? I made that turkey in all type of ways, and I still have the bones and everything for a broth that I'm going to use so that when I go ahead and make some soup, okay? And I eat like that and eat the leftovers, so you save money there so that you can actually make more money there on the road, people.
In a Fort Bend County neighborhood, a woman ringing doorbell after doorbell in the middle of the night. So this happened in the Lakes of Bella Terra subdivision in Richmond. Our Sophia Ojeda is there live tonight. And Sophia, those neighbors reported this strange behavior to police, and the sheriff says that is exactly what they should have done.
Daniela, exactly what they did too. Neighbors tell me that they were scared. They were worried when they heard that doorbell go off in the middle of the night here at the Lakes of Bella Terra.
I'm going to skip this one right here simply because the person was going out at night just ringing random people's doorbells and trying to get someone to come outside so they can do something bad. That's all that one was. People, if you ever look, don't just open your door. Invest in a Ring Cam. Look at that. Invest in a Ring Cam. Do something like that. That person did not make any sense. That person did not make any sense right there whatsoever. Don't just open doors, get a ring cam, and people, the dumb criminals out there, no one's falling for that stuff anymore, man. No one's falling for that stuff. You gotta come with something new. No one's falling for that stuff. Now, I know you guys did see the title. We're gonna get into the meat and potatoes now, to what the broadcast is all about. Yesterday was all about staying motivated, correct? Yesterday was all about being motivated and getting it done right there. The day before that was the steps and the tips for better customer service. Okay, it was customer service first, then it went into staying motivated. So we went in and we have to use some of the things from the customer service into the motivation thing. Now, today we're going to be going over important keys to success. Okay. And we're going to be using these keys here. There's five keys here that we're going to use. Now, there's a lot of keys and a lot of tips and things you can get online. I went through a lot of them. And what I did was I went through a lot of them, and I felt like the ones that was more oriented into the realm that we do here would be better and beneficial, would be better and more beneficial for us to get into. And then I'm going to get into mistakes to avoid as a contractor. Now, I'm going to get into that because even though we are not like all the rest of the contractors, but we are considered in a way freelance contractors. But I do understand that freelance contractors and other contractors, when the work and the business is slow, these people are doing gigs like this to make sure that they have no off time so that they can still provide for their family. So I'm going to go over mistakes to avoid as a contractor because some of these things can cross over from this side and to this side here. So we're going to do that. And the keys to success, you need to have the motivation. You need to have motivation. You need to have customer service involved with that in order to have success. It's like if we're going to be doing a comparison chart. Okay, we got some things that are in this column by itself. We got some things that are in this column by itself. But we also know that there's an overlap to where some things have to be there in place in order to make a whole thing happen. Okay, in order to make a whole thing happen. Let me go ahead and drink some apple juice really quick. This mug says, I don't need Google. My husband knows everything. Okay, so that is what that says. All right, now I'm ready. Now I am ready. Now, oh, hold on, my cord's gonna fall. Hold on. My I cannot have that cord fall at all. That would have made all of, and I saw it earlier and I was like, nah, nothing's gonna happen. And it is a cord that is connected to my CPU. I'm in front of my screen right now. I'm in front of the monitor that I'm using is a 55-inch. So I'm in front of the 55-inch here, and my CPU is right there. And that cord, I was like, but I said, nope, not gonna have that cut off right there. Not gonna happen. Okay, so we're gonna get into these keys to success. Okay, keys to success. So if you guys are new to the channel here, how this works is I do the ride-alongs. I do the ride-alongs to show you guys the day, but it's more than just showing you guys just the day. It's showing you guys the many different orders that I do want to encounter. So when I am encountering these orders, I'm able to teach you guys how you can, in case this happens, how you can actually make the right decision on, for the next time. Then from there, we watch those. I get on here live. We go over news. We go over things like that. We go over what the day was. And then we get into the meat and potatoes. We break those things down. We go over comments. And then like this, every single episode, every single live, there's going to be important things for us to go over so everyone can take something from it and use it in your everyday. Okay, so the object of this thing is to teach and help people gain more, understand more by having a better education and understanding when they are making their decisions. Okay, so then we go over this right here to get some good message going in. And then when you're done, you go out there and make all that money and you go out there and report those. I got a lot to report in the comments. Some people have some pretty impressive days. I'm going to shout those out. But right now in the room, okay, we got PPP in the room. We got Dash Bandicoot in the room. Gemini Jim in the room. Ayana's in the room. I saw TFT in the room. Hello, TFT in the room. Hello, people. Everyone else out there watching, hello to everyone. Hello to everyone. Now, whether we like to admit it or not, at some point, okay, at some point, I don't care who you are. At some point, you read a magazine, you read an article, you read a magazine, you read something when it comes into, especially in the hospitals, you've read something where it says, steps to success, steps to lose weight. You're gonna see these things all over. Now, there's so many things going out there. How many people actually take time to read them, and how many people that are reading them are actually like letting the stuff, sink into your brain? Okay. It says, I've noticed recently through that, through a lot of writers and advice givers, they, how can I say? All right. It's like American Gangster, right? They had whatever the drugs were, they had the pure drugs, and then it got mixed in, and then everyone started making their own thing off of the same pure drug, but it was watered down like that. There's a lot of different keys to success, and there's a lot of different ways to achieve success. And a lot of the things that people are reading for success are not the ones that they should be reading. Okay, so we see these things all the time. But in order to be success, in order for there to be success, you have to have bits and pieces of these things here. Okay, now there's 5 things. Okay, there's 5 things that you have to have in order for you to be successful. Okay, you got to have determination. Okay, you got to have determination. That is one thing. Determination. You got to have skill. You got to have passion. Passion, desire, determination, skill. You got to have discipline, and most of all, you got to have luck. You got to have luck. Now, a lot of people think, man, luck can just come like that. Well, you can actually work on luck a little bit. You can work on luck a little bit by sticking to your principles and sticking to how you do your thing. If you do it consistently enough at a time when you think that something is not going to happen, it's going to happen. And that falls into the luck category. Okay. So as long as you are just stapling every single thing, you can have some luck. Luck is there. We all have luck. We all have it. Okay. But determination, you got to have that D. You got to have determination. It's necessary. But like each of the other 5, it's not sufficient enough, for you to just depend on determination by itself for success. And I'm going to clarify this. Okay. I say success. Okay. What I'm referring to are the rare, highest possible levels of success, okay? Not middle management or being a star, or let's say your high school team, you're the shift leader at your job, or you're the whatever. Not things like that. Think more like a CEO. Think of it. I'll use sports. Okay, you got NFL MVP, NHL MVP, NBA MVP. Think of it like that. CEO, MVP, Pulitzer Prize, Oscar, Grammy, Nobel Peace Prize winner, heavyweight champion. Think of it like that. Okay, the specific degree of success matters because determination alone perhaps it could be enough to moderately have you be successful, but unfortunately it's not enough for true greatness. Okay, for true greatness. Now, for those of you who are like, man, I just grind all day. I grind all day and nothing's happening. It's because you're focusing everything on just like, boom, that's like you're working harder and you're not working smarter. You got to work smarter, not harder. You're working too hard, and then by you working so hard, you're not able to see any amount of success that'll have you want to keep going or learn a little bit more. Okay, determination is both a firmness of purpose and a willingness to work. Okay, you see, knowing is not enough, you must apply. Willing is not enough, we must do. Okay, it's a willingness to work, okay, towards that purpose in spite of any obstacles, difficulties, or failures along the way. That is determination. Okay, accomplishing great things is difficult, and in the end, it's always more difficult to achieve great things than you guessed it would be at the beginning. Now, you knew it would be hard, right? You knew it would be hard, but a lot of people don't know that it's going to be harder and harder than what it is. And that's when you need some skill, okay? By you learning, by you working, by you doing every little thing that you can put into that determination, you got to have some skill, okay? And that's what skill is. Skills goes hand in hand with determination. You cannot become really skilled at anything difficult without putting in a lot of effort, okay? Trial and error. That's why we tell people in this whole gig thing, trial and error. You have to see what works for you, okay? You have to see what works for you. Now, we all have heard of the 10,000 hour rule, okay? Everyone knows where it says that if you do something for 10 hours straight, and I don't mean just 10 hours straight, like, oh, I just played for 10 hours straight. 10,000 hours straight. No. It's actually going through whatever it is and doing the learning like it's school. You're getting 10,000 hours of learning and mixed in with some practical, you get some internship love in there. The 10,000 hour rule, 10 hours to master something, 10,000 hours. They say if you work towards a particular skill, you can master it in 10,000 hours. But like I said, that's just 10,000 hours. That's 10,000 hours, not just 10,000 hours. I'm just gonna watch TV all day, but you're not gonna take any notes. You have to understand what goes into those 10,000 hours. Okay. Now, most people settle for mediocrity because those 10,000 hours, you have to put in all the practice and all the work, and that's where all the determination kicks in. You have to be determined to put in all of that practice time, to put in all of those hours for your payout, okay? And once you get that payout, or you get to that point to where a payout's going to come no matter what, that means you're working on pure passion now, okay? You're working on pure passion. You went from determination, okay? You went into skill, determination to do the practice, to get through, to learn everything you got to learn about your craft, okay? You did that, and now since you're going through practice, you got some skill now. Now you're applying it now. And now that you know how to use some skill with that determination, you feel good when you're out there balling. You feel super good. Now you're like, woo, I want to go do this every single day. And that's where that passion comes in. When that passion comes in, that's when, okay, that's when you start to see those 10,000 hours. That's when you start to see that something is going to pay off. Now with us in these gigs, imagine how many hours, okay? Imagine how many hours you sit in your vehicle, okay? Imagine how many hours you sit in your vehicle just turning down orders and just looking at, I hate that number. I hate that number. I don't like that, man. How many of the times or how in all those hours have you really just broke down like everything that you are doing? Like just broke it all the way down. If you're breaking it down while you're doing your hours, you know, it's going to help manifest itself. I look at the active hours. The active hours are like your 10,000 hours. Okay. Every hour you are active, that's going towards, you know, that those 10,000 hours, because only during an active hour are you going to get the experience of seeing what the load is, getting the logistics, seeing where I have to go to pick it up, who I have to speak to when I get in there, if it's ready or if it's not, where I have to go after that. Is there a detour? The only way to go through all of that, okay? The only way to go through all of that is there, okay? So that's that there, okay? But passion, I'm telling you, once you start to see that all the practice and you got a little bit of it, you're like, oh, I want to keep doing it. It's gonna go. Now check this out. Once you see that you got a little bit of juice, you got you a little bit of swagger, people. This is where that discipline, this is where that discipline comes all the way. Now, even when you're passionate about what you're doing, there are still going to be times when you simply don't feel like doing anything. There's times when we're laying in the bed and you're like, man, today I got to go out and make this much money. But your sleep was so bomb. Your sleep was so good. You're like, I don't feel like doing nothing today. I feel like I did enough. Or maybe you and your loved one, you and your wife had you guys had a good evening. You know what I'm saying? You guys had a good evening, and you like, I'm not doing nothing. We all know there's times where you don't feel like doing anything, okay? But that's where the discipline is going to set all the way in. Now, discipline, you know, when you pick something that you love to do, like it's like you're not waiting for, if I love basketball, I'm not waiting for someone to say, hey, you want to go play basketball? No, I love it. I'm going to go grab the ball and then I'm going to go. Now, if there's not a way for me to play or not a way for me to get something done, I got to make a schedule. Okay, I got to make a schedule. And that schedule is the discipline. When you purposely write something down and stick to it like that, that's the discipline. If you write it down, you cannot go back on yourself. Okay. And when you know you want to do something so well that you love it that much, you're going to make schedule and time for it, which goes right into what we do here. We are gig workers. We have to schedule and we have to put that so that we have the time. Now, if you're not making money during this, you might work like 5 hours a week. You don't have that. You don't have that motivation. You don't have that determination. You don't have that to want to go ahead and say, I'm going to schedule some time. But if you're going out there and you're making your money, you're like, man, shoot, last week I made $980, man. The last 2 weeks before that, I made $600. I made $980. What? I can't. When did I go out? When did I go? I don't even know when I was going out to work. What time? I didn't pay attention to any of that. I guarantee then you'll sit down and you're like, you know what? It was this time. I was watching this. And you know what? Bam. And then you figure out, okay, I'm going to make a schedule. That schedule is going to create that discipline. Okay. Now, once you did it once and you get the schedule going, you're gonna be doing you're gonna be doing it again, and you're gonna say, man, this 2 days in a row. Okay, man. All right. Now here's where it gets tricky. Now, the third day came, right? This third day wasn't that good. It was like one of my other days. But you made more in the first 2 days, and your bad day was the same as how your other days average out. So that's still good. That's still good. And then okay, you get these thoughts. Man, should I do this schedule? Should I stick to this schedule right here? Because the third day didn't do it the first 2 days. But you gotta think there's 7 days in a week. There's 7 days in a week. You know what? Let me get this next day. Let me get this next day in. All right, boom. Next day comes in, right? It was the same as the previous day, but the first 2 days are still up. So he's still winning, right? Still winning, still ahead of the cards. You're like, you know what? I'm going back out. The day after that, I made more in this day than I did the first 2 days. This one day, I had a higher, and then like, bam. And then what happens is you're getting it in. I see my boy Roy right there. And what happens is you'll be getting it in. I'm going to go ahead and push pause right now. Let me go ahead and get my main man in here.
What's up?
What's up, my main man? What's up? How's it going?
Oh, no much, man. Just chilling before work, man.
Chilling before work. About to get that in there, huh? Yeah, boy. Now, Roy. Now, I like to mention you a lot because you know, there's a lot that there's a lot that goes out there, and people, it's like they want to hear it in the background, but not hear it right there in their face. And you're in a lot of people's comments in their lives, keeping it way real. I want you to people. I'm not about to be talking about the stress right now. I'm about to let Roy just give a piece of his mind right now on what people just need to be doing. What you need to be doing right now in this time. How should people, better yet, Roy, how should people be looking at this? How should they be attacking?
Well, my biggest issue, and this is one thing I don't see a lot of people talking about, is we see people constantly complaining. I'm not making enough money. I'm not doing this. What my question is always, what is enough? That's one of my biggest questions. Nobody ever answers what is enough for them. I guess everybody assumes that they're supposed to make millions. I understand that. We all want to be rich and make our money. But when it comes to these gig works, you have these people making $35, $40 an hour, still complaining that they're not making enough money. So I would like to see more people look at it at this point of view. Okay, you're out here making gig money, $35, $40 an hour, even if you're making $25 to $30 an hour. Relate that to a W-2 job. Okay, let's say if gig work disappeared yesterday. Tell me I would like to know how many people in these chats that constantly complain that $30, $35, $40 is not enough for them. What job in the W-2 world do you feel you have enough skills to get that kind of hourly wage out of a W-2 job? That they feel that they can still constantly complain over and over again about $35 an hour, $40 an hour. That's what I'd like to see. I would like to see people's answers to that. What skills do they have where they can go to another job, let's say gig work stopped tomorrow, that they could make the same money that they're doing with gig work, that they got to constantly complain over and over again that they're not making enough money. That's what I'd like to know.
That's a really good point there, because a lot of people don't know. You're like, man, you want to make that $50-$60 an hour? All right, can you operate a high-rise crane? Can you operate a high-rise crane and know all the ocean rules? And can you do you want to work at the oil refinery? And you know what I'm saying? Like there's a lot of things. All right, can you teach a sales staff and be the sales director for this company that they got and they're paying this dude that? There's certain things like you said, and that goes right in hand on mistakes to avoid as a contractor. And one of these things right here, Roy, it says letting it get to your head. Okay, one of the biggest mistakes contractors consistently make is once they get something, they get paid for something well, or they think they get good, they start turning down projects. Okay, I don't care what contracting you are doing. Once you feel like, man, oh, I did that, you get this confidence in it, and then it gets to your head. Then it says start turning down projects. Now, this is from an article, okay, from someone else. Okay, this article is about contractors. Now, look at what we got here. Okay, people start, I'm not going to take this order, I'm not going to take that, right? And then they say, well, by me not taking these orders, I'm really making this. Well, no, you're not. You're out there a longer period of time to make that money. I'm not going to get into that. I'm not going to get into that. But you're out there seeing the whole outcome are these double digits in dollars that you're looking at. And I'm sitting there thinking like, do you not realize, like, do you not get it? I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know. But
You know that because that's what's funny to me. It's like everybody got into gig work because the amount of money they could make, this and that. They've all come from W-2 jobs where they were making shit money, $12, $15. Excuse my language, $12, $15 an hour. Now they're making $35, $40 an hour, and they're still fucking complaining. It's like you were able to jump yourself up if you were doing $12, $15 an hour at a W-2. You went to gig work. Now you're popping 35, 40. And now you're still complaining you're not making enough. It's like, do you want to go back to your $12, $15 an hour? It's like, so to me, it's a constant bitch fest about, oh, I'm not making enough. Well, what's enough? Like, what makes you think your skills of picking up food and dropping it off is worth $40 an hour? Let's be fucking honest. Let's be honest. This job does not require any fucking special degrees, any kind of. It does take a little bit of strategy, but we could teach a monkey how to pick up an order and drop it off. Let's be fucking honest. And for these people that I constantly see always complaining more, what is enough? How much more? To go back to your reminisce when you were making that $12 or $15 an hour. It'd be blessed that you're making $25, $35, $40 an hour now versus working that $12 an hour job. Instead of complaining all the fucking time, oh, I'm not making enough. I'm not making enough. Well, if you can't make enough, making $40 an hour, then you have issues with your spending habits. You need to look at your life a little differently than worrying about how much more you can get. You need to start recognizing that, hey, baby, I have an issue with money management and all this other bullshit besides, oh, it's always the company needs to give me more. Like, what more have you done in your life besides complain about it? You know, check your spending habits. Look into what all that stuff.
That's the biggest thing right there. That is the major point. Look at what you are spending. You're making this extra money, and you're like, well, now I'm just gonna go ahead and spend more. No, that's not how it works. Now look, when I was signing people up, training, and people are like, man, people pay $80, $90, $100 for a session. I'm like, yeah, okay, yeah, they pay that. We'll do a certain amount, and I'll put them on a monthly plan, right? But then check this out. I'll always have it come out to like $300 to $350 a month, and people are like, people really pay $350 a month for training? I'm like, yes. Now let me show you how. There's a close out there, people. It's called the Benjamin Franklin close. Okay, this is what you do to people when you sit them down. In a column, okay, you ask them, okay, what do you like doing? I go to Starbucks. I do this. You get them to say everything that they spend money on, right? And I take the smallest things, like if they smoke, you minus out the pack or like whatever. But I would take Starbucks, little old Starbucks. And I would say, how many times do you order Starbucks in a day? 2, sometimes 3. We all know Starbucks is at least $5. Okay, if someone does that, and I'll give them the benefit of the doubt, if in 31 days, I'll say at least 20 of those days, they're going to order the Starbucks 2 or 3 times a day. They're going to spend $15 in those days. 15 times that 20 people, there you go. If they just cut down one Starbucks drink, they have enough to pay the money for their training. And people, it's all about looking at your spending. If you're making $40 and you can't do it, and at your previous job, Said, man, I'm making like 20 bucks. If I was making like 26 bucks an hour, like my manager, I would have it made. But right now, you're making way more than that. So there's a big gap that's missing there, and it can't be nobody else. You got to check yourself on that.
Yeah, and that's what's funny too is you see these people bragging about how much they make. I'm making this much an hour, or boom, 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 I'm banging it out. 3 weeks later, you see the same people bitching and complaining. Oh, I can't afford to fix my brakes. Well, wait a minute. If you're making $40 an hour and you can't fix your brakes, then yeah, you have issues with your spending habits. It's not the companies need to pay me more. It's you need to learn how to manage your money better. I make $9.75 an hour plus my tips here at Domino's, and I can fix my fucking brakes. So to sit there and say I'm making $40 an hour, and then 3 weeks later, oh, I can't afford to fix my brakes. What are you doing with that? Let's take if you were to work 40, let's say 40 hours at $40 an hour. How much money is that a week? That 3 weeks later, let's say you can't afford to fix your brakes. Like, come on, man. It's like gig workers seem to be the fuck, man. I don't know how to what I could relate gig workers to that. It's just, man, they just can't. I don't get it, man. It's like, I don't know if it's because you got a lot of these channels burying it in their head that they're the greatest thing since sliced bread and they should be giving the world. Nobody's giving this world. You got to go out and make your shit. Like you bust your ass. You go out there, and you do what you got to do to make your money. And then people want to say, oh, you should take $3 order. I took $3 orders. If it's worth my while to take a $3 fucking order, I'll take it. Granted, should you really take no tipped orders? No, I don't believe in that. I believe in, what I do. I'll shake your soda up. You'll make sure you'll get your food cold in my situation. But if that's what somebody has to do, I can't tell people not to take $3 orders. I've been homeless. I've lived in this car for over a year homeless. So I can't tell people, because I lost my gig work job, which put me in a homeless situation. So, I relied on one app and I ended up being homeless because I lost it. So I can't sit here and tell people, I don't know their financial situation. So you can't sit here and tell people not to do this. Yes, we can tell you, sure, don't take $3 orders. But I don't know if you're living in your car. I don't know what that $3 is going to buy you food for your kids that later on that night. You may need that $3 order may feed you a couple cheeseburgers to keep you from starving that day. So to me, that shit to me shouldn't even be told to people. If it's beneficial for you to take 325 orders, take them if it works for you. Because at the end of the day, you got to pay your bills. And I find it easy for a lot of people to say, don't do this, don't do that, when they got spare money coming in. It's when they got this extra income coming in, either from YouTube or other channels or other whatever. It's easy to tell people what not to do. Well, you're not in their situation. You're not sitting in their shoes. So to sit there and dog people or call people names because they do something, you don't know their situation. You know what I'm saying? Like when I was in jail, I had to do what I had to do. You know what I'm saying? Like I had to make sure, nobody fucked with me in jail. Like leave me the fuck alone. You have to go in there with that mindset. You got to do what you got to do. And if taking a $3.25 order is what you got to do to make sure your car payment's made, because without your car, you ain't making money. If it means keeping the lights on for your family, then you take a $3 order. I ain't going to fucking put you down for it. So and to sit there and say, oh well, they could wait. Man, some people don't have that luxury of just sitting on their ass and waiting for that grand order to come through, every hour in hopes that they're going to get a great order every hour. They don't have that. Like Vegas sucks. Let's face it, Vegas market sucks. We've seen, plenty of content work people from Vegas telling you, yeah, their orders suck here. $6, $7, $8. Yeah, I can sit there and wait and hope to God I get a $25 an hour, on an order of $25 in 1 hour. But that could mean I could be sitting here for 2-3 hours making absolutely jack shit. So, in my situation, I get told I'm the mean guy when it comes to gig workers, and I don't like gig workers. That's bullshit. I'm tired of hearing the complaining and the bitching all the fucking time. It's like, put yourself in the situation of where you were compared to where you are now. And that's what people need to be more grateful for. If you were making $12, $15 an hour, you're making $40 an hour. You should be grateful now instead of complaining you want more. You know, that's my biggest issue. Like, it never seems enough for anybody. Like I said, when we all hit the lottery, then we can say, hey, I got it all. But until then, be happy with what you're making and be blessed that you're making that much compared to what you used to make, and learn from your past mistakes. Like you said, nobody should be complaining making $40 an hour. Nobody should be complaining I can't afford to fix my brakes. You should be putting that money away.
That right there, the whole car thing and keeping up with your car. I don't understand people. You can go online. You can go online and buy the parts for dirt cheap. And if you can't put them on yourself, I guarantee you go up to the local spot where all the mechanics are, pull up to one of those garages, and I got the cash, I got the parts. They'll go ahead and do it for you. You buy.
Well, not only that. It's not only that. We all have fucking friends. You tell me none of your friends know how to fix a car?
Yeah.
We all have friends. So unless you that fucking loner guy that fucking sits in the corner and has no friends, we all have friends that know something about how to fix a car. Like, I can fix pretty much almost anything on a car. I was a mechanic for 5 years. So I can do my own shit. So that saves me money. But then again, people talk about, oh, I got to change my brake pads. It cost me $300. Why? Brake pads cost you $30 at AutoZone. Get on YouTube. You get on YouTube all day to watch people brag about how much money they make doing gig work, but you can't get on YouTube to watch a video on how to do 2 screws and put your own brake pads on. Like, come on,
man. And you gave the exact price too at AutoZone. I go to AutoZone. You go get the Duralast for $29.99.
Exactly.
My little $5 coupon to give me for going there and buying all my stuff. And then check this out. Whenever you spend $20 at AutoZone, you get these points. Once you go in there 5 times, and people, you got to understand, we're dealing with our cars. When you're buying your octane booster and putting the Lucas oil and stuff inside your car, go to these places. You're going to be spending like $20 every single time. Whenever you spend that money and it gets up to $100, they give you like $25 off on your next thing. So if I got to go in there the next time to get my brakes or something done, let's say I want to get the better brakes next time, and the better brakes is $44. I got $25 sitting there that's already there, and now my brakes I'm only spending like $15 for the brakes, and I'm out.
Yeah, it's just like oil changes on a car. Like, I get to get an oil change on this car because it takes full synthetics, all that crazy shit. It would cost me, if I take it to the shop, $90. I can do my own oil change, and anybody can do an oil change. I don't care how mechanically inclined you are, you can do your own oil change. That is not rocket science. That is one of the basic things you should know how to do, is do your own oil change. You know how much money I save because it cost me $30 in parts to do my own oil change? That's, especially when we're driving and you got to do oil changes at least twice a month. That's $80, $90 worth of savings just because I'm not too lazy. And I think that's where a lot of this comes from, is because they get where they're making this money and they don't think about that kind of shit. They just make the money and say, oh, I can pay somebody else to do it, blah, blah, blah. So I'll fork out $500 to do my brakes when you could do your brakes for, $100 or less.
Yeah,
I think that's where a lot of it comes from. They think, oh, I'm a baller. I'm a baller now. I can just pay somebody else to do it. They talk about, oh, you got to, they can talk about,
a different cloth, man.
They talk about how much you got to get out there and you got to hustle, make your money. Well, you should be hustling to learn to fix your own car and learn to hustle to save money and save where it's going to benefit you the most. You can go out and hustle all you want, make your $40 an hour, but if you got to turn around and pay somebody else $500 for something you can learn to do that costs you less than $100, you ain't a hustler, in my opinion. Hustlers learn to do everything, whether it's sell jewelry on the corner, deliver food, fix your own car, or do your own house shit. That's a hustle. Everybody's, that's a hustle as well, So, that's what a lot of people got to learn. Turn off these gig app fucking videos every once in a while and learn to do something for yourself that's going to benefit you. Yeah, you already benefit yourself now making $40 an hour from your $12 an hour job. Now learn to benefit and increase your knowledge. People are afraid to learn. You know, everybody asks why I know so much about all this stuff, because I learn. Because I educate myself. I don't watch fucking TV. I learn to educate myself on shit, and I learn to increase my fucking knowledge so I can better myself in life. You know, I went from homeless. Yeah, I live with my mom, but that's fine. I do pay rent. So a lot of people say, "Oh, you live with your mom." I still pay rent. I still have a $400 car payment. I still do everything on my own. I still pay for my own food. So, you know, I don't want to hear that. And I went from homeless to where I'm at now. So, you know, if I could go from rock fucking bottom and I can start increasing my shit, that's a hustle. That's a hustle. A lot of people don't take that shit for granted that, oh, I'm making this money. That money might not be there tomorrow. Look at me. I got deactivated. I was homeless 3 months later. So people got to realize that shit. Increase your knowledge. Learn to save more money where you can. And I don't see that being pushed a lot. I don't see a lot of people pushing that shit where learn to fix your own car. Simple things. Changing your oil filter. Just doing a simple oil change can save you 40 or 50 bucks twice a month. And people don't look at it that way because they think, oh, I'm making enough money, I'll just pay somebody else to do it. Well, remember, when you got to pay somebody else, they're going to charge you the premium, and that's less money you have to spend. Like you said, Starbucks. Save that $50 that you do your own oil change. That's more Starbucks for you to drink. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, boy. And I'm glad you said that. Everything about the learning. That's one thing that's one of the main reasons why I started my channel and everything. There's a lot that people are learning is one of the main important things. That's why you got these five keys to success. You know, we're going over all of these different things every day, so that I'm not just going to be sitting on here. If you want to see a ride along, I do ride alongs. I will teach you through the ride along, but coming to this live, no, we're about to go over some real stuff, because these are things that people just let go over their head. Now you have an introduction, a presentation, a short story, and a close. And I tell people this: you need these things in order to be good. You've been, like you said, you've been on the low. You understood exactly where you are now. The same money you got now, when you didn't have nothing, you know exactly what to do with it. And exactly what to do. A lot of these people, the silver spoon, all of these factors that can come in. And to each his own. I don't know each person out there in the world. So if it don't apply, let it fly. Okay, but there's people who, you know, the silver spoon never came up like that. They had this, and a lot of the time you people don't want to realize, but you know, the term spoiled brat came from, that's where it came from, the spoiled brat. It came from back then, people, when the old black man, he had to go and take care of the people's kids and raise that family, and that little kid was bad. They said, what is wrong with this child? They have to go and fix that. They have to go fix that right there. They have to go fix that. It's the same thing, man. It's the exact same thing. People, you just got to go out there and do a little more. YouTube is out there to learn anything you want. Whatever I don't know, I go on YouTube and I boom, and I'm gonna get whatever video that pops up, and I'm like, okay, I'll go ahead and do that. Now, before I was going my Nissan, you gotta take it in if you want to get the headlights and everything changed, because they gotta take off the bumper and all of that. No, I found a dude on the internet on YouTube. All I had to do was take out one little plastic divot fake screw thing that don't even hold nothing. Move that little thing, stick my arm in, and bloop, 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 save myself all that money right there. Whatever you don't know, if you think about it, there is a video for it, and all you got to do is learn.
And that's the real hustle, man. Hustle to increase your knowledge as much as you will to hustle to make that money doing gig work. Hustle to learn shit. Increase your knowledge. That's the biggest hustle of all, because without your fucking nugget, you can't do anything. You know, so the more knowledge you possess, and I'm not talking just knowledge on how to pick up and drop off food. That doesn't take that much knowledge. That's just sit and wait. And, you know, that's most people's strategy when it comes to gig work. Sit and wait. That's kind of like why I liked your channel from, when I got pushed to your channel. I liked your channel because you show everything. You show the good, you show the low ball orders. You're doing it. You're out there. That's true hustle. Sitting and waiting ain't a fucking hustle to me. That's not a hustle. Anybody can sit on their ass on their couch and wait for a good order. That's not a hustle to me. Okay, you're out there hustling. You're making it. You're doing it. Whether it's a $4 order, whether it's a $20 order, you're out there doing it. You're out there showing what, even on a $3 order, show some respect to your customer. They're still paying at the end of the day. Even if they don't tip, they should tip. They're pieces of shit. But that don't mean treat them like a piece of shit. You don't. You took the order. So who's the real piece of shit at the end of the day? You took the order. Why are you bitching about it? Don't complain. If you took the $3, you still give them the same customer service you give the $20 order because you took it. So there's no reason to say, oh, I took it and I'm going to treat them like shit, but I'll treat the $20 orders like gold. Well, then they'll ever take a $3 order. And the problem's solved, right? You can't sit there and use that as an excuse to treat somebody like shit because you took it in the first place. So when I see people talk about, oh, I took a $3 order, I fucked their food up, fuck their food. Why'd you take the order? Why'd you take the order? That's not cool. Do you want somebody fucking up your food just because you didn't have enough to tip? If you're dumb enough to take the $3 orders, or I wouldn't say dumb. Like I said, everybody has their own opinion on how to do that. If you choose to take $3 orders, then that's your choice. But don't complain about your choices. So many people want to complain about their choices. They make the choice, and they want to complain about it now. It's like, take personal responsibility. There's not enough personal responsibility being taken here. And that's what needs to be done. Take your fucking personal responsibility. You did it. Man the fuck up. When I went to jail, I did it. I manned the fuck up. Plain and simple. And I've been where I've made great money. I used to whoop people's ass at a strip club for almost 6-7 years, making $500 to $700 a night, whooping people's ass. So I had money coming out my ass. So I know what it's like to go from, like I said, from the top, and I own 3 businesses. That's when we talk about the animal stuff. I had an animal business where I sold animals. I took care of other people's animals. I did that shit. So I had businesses. So I went from rock bottom homeless to where I'm at now. So it's just a slow graduation growth. And it's all about learning. And you shouldn't have to, you have so many people out here like yourself, like me, like other people that can teach you where you don't ever have to hit rock bottom to learn that fucking lesson if you just listen to what people say and, take other people. I tell people a lot of times, take me as an example of what not to be. Because you don't ever want to hit that rock bottom before you realize, hey, I could have did this. I could have stepped it up and did this. Do that from the start. Take the knowledge that Robert has. Take the knowledge that I may give you. Take the knowledge from everybody and possess that shit into your life. Put it into your life and realize, okay, if I start doing this, he said, if I do this, try shit out. Try how it works in your life. And don't get yourself to the point where you have to hit rock bottom to realize, damn, if I would have listened in the first place, I wouldn't be where I'm at right now. Because you're being given the knowledge from multiple people to never have to hit rock bottom. And that's, so.
Right. Amen to that, people. That is Roy right there. If there is anyone else that wants to come in and chime in and give a little bit of peace of your mind. Now, people, I want to let you guys know that here on this channel here, I don't care if you don't look. I'm not a person that's trying to make you guys agree. I'm a person that's trying to let everything be heard. If you got something to say, you feel a certain way, you want someone to hear something, you can come here, hop in, and sound it off. You don't have to sit behind, and if someone says something, say, I want to say that. No, you can say exactly what you got to say. You can come on in here and sound it out, okay? Sound it out.
And this is the biggest piece of advice I can give everybody in this room or anybody, period. Give 0 fucks about what other people think about you and what they think about your life. The only people that should be concerned in your life is you and your family. If they ain't fucking you, feeding you, or financing you, you give them 0 fucks, because at the end of the day, they're not going to be the ones in your situation. They're not going to be the ones giving you the handouts to get you out of your own situation. So you got to go out and have the mindset that I am number one. I give a shit about me, and I give a shit about my family if you have a family. Quit giving a fuck about what other people think. Don't go out there trying to impress nobody. The only person you should impress every morning is that person that's staring you back in the mirror. Plain and simple. Too many people are out here doing this gig work, trying to impress. Oh, I made $300 today. I'm the shit. Who gives a shit? Who gives a shit? I could rob you. Then somebody could walk up and put a gun to your head and take your $300 real quick at the end of the day. So quit giving a fuck what other people think about you. Go out and do what is best for you and your family first. That is the biggest advice I can give people is quit worrying about what other fucking people think about you and do what you got to do for yourself. Because at the end of the day, when you're on rock bottom, you're the only one that's going to give a shit, and nobody else is, So that's my biggest advice to anybody that comes in this room or anybody period is numero uno. Always think about yourself and do what's best for you. Quit worrying about what's best for your neighbors. All that shit. When you got your shit, see, too many people are worried about what other people's shit. It's that whole glass house type bullshit. They're so worried about other people's shit, but yeah, your house is messy as fuck. When you got your house cleaned up and it's looking sparkly clean, they ain't give a fuck about other people's houses. But if you coming home to a dirty house every day, you don't have no right to talk about somebody else's dirty house until you got your house clean. So that's the way I look at it. When you got your life in together, your house is clean, then you can maybe go out and worry about other people's houses. But in the meantime, until your house is clean, stay the fuck out of other people's houses. Do what's best for you, and that is my opinion. And I hope a lot of people learn from that because, like I said, too many people want to impress their friends or impress this. Fuck that. If you wake up every morning, you look in that mirror, and you're not impressed with your own self, then how are you going to impress anybody else? You know what I say? And that's another thing I say. If you can't love yourself first, how the fuck do you love other people? You got to be able to be in love with yourself before you can show love to other people. And too many people are worried about showing love to other people and not showing that love to themselves first. So that's some of my biggest advice.
Yeah, boy. You guys heard it yourself from Roy Will Be Roy. That's from Roy's Critters Corner, people. So if you guys have ever been in these lives, you guys see people chatting in. If you want to put a face with the letters right there, that is the man himself. All right, people.
All right, boss. I'm going to let you go.
See you later,
get
man.
back to you.
Good seeing
I'm
you,
going to let
man.
you go. I'm going to let you get back to your thing, and because I got to get to work here, deliver to the ungratefuls here soon. So, all right.
Yeah, man. People, that was Roy right there, people. Roy did his thing, and Roy is out of here, people. He came in. Look, I didn't know Roy was gonna hop in there, people. Luckily, we got through the success. We got through those. Obviously, the very last staple there was luck. You just keep doing what you're doing, and when you think it's not going to be there, it is there. You got to have that luck, people. Yeah, that was that. Now, if there's anyone else, look, you guys can come in here and do your thing, say whatever it is you got to say. I am here for all of that. Now, I'm going to get into earlier. Okay, I'm going to put this here. Okay, Gemini Jim. Okay, so this person has a hustle. Okay, excuse me. This person has a hustle. Couponer. Extreme couponer. I was impressed. How you say? I didn't even finish the whole video. 10 minutes, whole video, where she was going to break down the other purchases that she had did. I seen enough from the first part. She goes in, got the oil lay and all these razors and skincare for men and women. She went in there, right? She had all these little coupons saying $4 off for this, buy this many. And she went in there and took the time to really go over everything, right? She gets up there to the counter. One thing wasn't right. The product didn't match. And she pays attention to the details so much that she caught it. I'm like, dang, Great eyes there. She goes up to ring everything out. What she picked up, okay, to buy, okay, in total was going to be like 37, 38 bucks or something. All right. She ended up spending $1.60. Okay, $1.60. But check this out. All of the items that she picked up and purchased, because she knows exactly what she's doing, each one that she scans still counts as you buying that thing on whatever you get your rewards for that store. So she gets her ECBs. Okay, I'm gonna go into that lingo now. Those are the extra cash bucks you get from these stores when you go ahead and buy. So not only did she only pay like $1.60, and it was like almost $40, and that was just the tax, because she had $40 of everything that like was minus off. Okay, not only did she get that off, when she got her coupon from what she just did, she got $10 extra of store credit, right? So she was getting ready to go make her next purchase with the next thing and probably spend like way less than that, but she already had $10 in store credit that was going to pay for it, so she was going to get that whole thing for free. At least that's what I figured was going to happen, because that was ridiculous. And then there's many videos at CVS. She goes to all the places and goes through all of the ads. And is an impressive couponer. Now, that is a gig. Now, I do want to ask you, though. I do want to ask this. You said you sat in there and you took the time. I want to know, how much time does it take for the cutting out of the coupons and the research to going into the actual store to look and search and find the products, then the cash out? I want to know, how much time does it take for you to spend less than $5? People, I was so impressed. Now, normally people, it's like napkins and paper plates that you see on these TV shows. No, that was really those were things that you really need and things that you use. I was highly impressed. I don't never want to go to the store anymore. I'm going to probably spend some more time watching the videos. And you know what's crazy? She only has like 100 and like something subscribers, right? And you know, I only have like, you know, where I am, but I would figure it would be switched. But I do understand that's a niche type gig. Like my buddy Stanley, What's Good Wood. He's a boxing analyst, and his whole channel is nothing but boxing. That's a specific niche. So he has just about 1.4K subscribers, but that's 1.4K subscribers of people who only like boxing, okay? A lot of people don't have the determination, the motivation, the skill, the passion to want to sit and do that. That's why I wanted to know about that, because that takes all five of those keys there. You need that to do what she just did. And I want to know, you know, the time and everything to break that down, because that is ridiculous, people. That is ridiculous. I want to be watching these things, watching. 100 and something subscribers, but those 100 and something subscribers, I guarantee, are saving more than everybody else out there. That's all I'm saying. Man, that was beautiful to watch. Put me to shame. I'm thinking when I'm going in, I'm using these little discounts. I'm like, okay, I came out. Man. This is when I would say, you ever watch those reality shows, and it's like, let's say like the one in Utah, the dude has like the sister wives. He has a bunch of wives, and he has all this money. If somebody's making all that money and all you guys got to do is stay at home, hey, somebody's got to be a couponer. Somebody has got to be a couponer. If you live the way they live right there and you got a whole house like that, I'm married, one person, that is it. But if one person can stay home and coupon, you know how much money you would save if they just coupon the whole time? You know how much money you would save? That is a gig. And I want to do the comparison from money saved that you did not spend compared to us and going out and trying to make money doing the driving thing. So I want to do a compare and contrast how much money you save so that you don't have to go out and gig over us going out the gig, so we don't feel like we have to do anything else like that. So if you can let me know those things, I will gladly appreciate that. Gladly appreciate that. Also, what I want to do, I'm going to be reaching out to a few of the women out here who are content creators or who are just drivers in general. I want to go over, since we do go over things here that it's informational and things that can actually help. I want to have maybe 3 or 4, or maybe 3, 4, 5 different, maybe 3 or 4 with women. We'll see how it turns out to get on here. And I want to go over things on if you're a woman doing delivery and the different gigs. I can maybe have someone invite another man here, and then we can have us and then the women, so people can ask questions about how different it is to deliver when you're a man, what orders will women not take, which ones women normally turn down, safety at night, what to be prepared for. So I would like to have at least let's say, at least 2 to 3 women, have another male on here. So if people can actually go ahead and whoever wants to go ahead and type in or get on, it would be great if it was another content creator. I will reach out there. At this point in the gig game, every content creator they see what I do, they see it's information, they see this and that. Everyone can come together and get it out there. So I will be reaching out to a few content creators and just some people that I see inside these rooms, often, get you guys in here and we can go over, some things so men and women can look into, and then we can, get into things if you're a little bit younger, getting into the gig game. We can go over some things like that. I'm probably gonna reach out to Kim from Kim's Side Money Plans to see if she wants to be involved with that. Reach out to her, and there's a few others that I would like to get in there, and reach out to a few men that I do know, and go from there and try to have it, different markets, something like that, so we can go ahead and get that done. I'm going to be doing this relatively soon, so I will be reaching out to you guys to get that done. But we are way past the hour mark. We are going on 2 hours right now. So people, I'm going to head on out like this. I'm out like Chuck Woolery in 2 and 2. But by the way, if you guys didn't see that Nugs video, that it's in the beginning here, and also for the women out there, I'm going to be looking for 2 or 3 women, content creator or people that drive, and I'm going to be looking for a few men to be on here on camera in your own little boxes there, so we can go over the differences between delivering as a man, as a woman, night, day, safety, all of that. So if I hit you up, that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get this thing set so we get it done sometime next week. So I will be hitting you guys up. There's a couple people like TFT, Dash Bandicoot. There's other people, Jada Kanza, Rapping Granny Group, Coupon, Ayana. There's many different people. There's many different people that I want to go ahead and get involved. So we'll go ahead and take about that there. And like Chuck Woolery, I am out in 2 and 2.